This is the cinematic trailer of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And this is the Challenger space shuttle exploding moments after takeoff.
1 minute 15 seconds, velocity 2,900 feet per second.
You've probably seen this before, because it is one of the most infamous events in recent human history. And it is truly tragic. Dozens of the most brilliant engineers in the world spent years of time and hundreds of millions of dollars building a spaceship and planning a whole mission to go explore the stars. And then it exploded moments after takeoff, claiming the lives of all 7 crew members. This should fill you with horror and dread. But that is nowhere near the horror and dread that I felt upon learning that Bethesda was making a AAA Indiana Jones game. In fact, that tagline right there is 3 strikes. AAA, movie tie-in game, Bethesda. You're out. There is just no way that this game will be good. Of course not. Now, I do hear what you're saying, right? This game wasn't made by Bethesda. It was published by Bethesda. It was made by Machine Games, the developers of the new Wolfenstein reboots. Okay, you're right. However, while New Order and Old Colossus were very good, the Old Colossus came out in 2017, 7 years ago. Since then, they've made some ports of old Bethesda and id games, some VR shite, and Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Water, give me water!
So their track record has been shaky at best, so I'm not rescinding that strike. It's also an Indiana Jones game, and let's be real here. Indiana Jones is a franchise that has produced nothing of value in the last 40 years after the first 2 films. But somehow, we have slipped into an alternate timeline where the Challenger does not explode, but instead does a triple backflip before landing on the moon, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle does not suck. In fact, not only does it not suck, it's quite good. I'm both confused and perplexed. I have no idea how this is even possible. The game is good. And I think, well, no, I mean, it is because Machine Games understood what made these first 2 Indiana Jones films so great, which is that the game and the movies were not about punching dudes and shooting dudes. Sure, there was some of that, but the films were actually about exploration and discovery and adventure, not just killing people. And Machine Games understood that. Sure, you do shoot dudes and punch dudes, but that's not what the game is about. The game is about exploration and story and puzzles, and it does all of those things very well. I want to start with the part that is the most surprising to me, which is the writing. This game actually has good writing, both in terms of the plot and the dialogue. It's not super quippy, Marvel terrible. There are some quips, but they're, actually well spaced out. They make sense in context. And Troy Baker is better at sounding like Harrison Ford than Harrison Ford is. He's incredible in this game. It's insane.
The Guardians vowed to protect the gift of the gods and the legacy of King Khufu.
The gift must be the idol.
Guardians. Giant Guardians.
This might be the best performance of his entire career. And no, you don't have to mention that he played Joel. I know he played Joel. He's just that good in this game. I'd probably still edge it to Joel, but the fact that I even have to think about it should say a lot. It's not just him though. Gina, great. Emmerich Voss, I hit the green screen. Emmerich Voss, the main bad guy. I said Voss, not Voss. Can we get this guy out of here? Jesus Christ.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
You're despicable. Voss might be the best bad guy in Indiana Jones, because he, granted I did just play the game, but he's the only one who I remember the name of. He is delightfully cheesy and villainous, kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon a little bit, but he's just acted so well, it works.
Also hinterfragen auch Sie nicht meine Hingabe zum Führer!
Faszinierend. Wo waren die Affengeräusche? Um ihren peinlichen Versuch, Dominanz zu zeigen, zu unterstreichen.
He is threatening and memorable. I love him. He's perfect. On the gameplay front, I mentioned that this game is not really about punching and shooting dudes. You do that sometimes, and the combat is fine, it's serviceable, it's not great. The AI for the enemies is, it's not the best. Kind of your standard AAA, they just sort of stand in the open and shoot at you, and in the stealth sections, they'll just sort of follow a pretty predictable patrol path, and they're not the smartest, but whatever, because again, it's not the main focus here. There are tons of puzzles, and the puzzles are actually fun, and they made me feel smart, which I like. And there's even a puzzle difficulty selector, so that's good if you're a little bit slower, like me. Certainly, the biggest problem that I had with this game, at least, is the performance. None of the gameplay you're seeing behind me is mine, because my PC just could not handle running this game and recording at the same time. It couldn't do it. And even when I wasn't, it was a bit of a struggle session. So if your PC is not great, like mine, then that is something to note. It does look incredible, though. The graphics are fantastically good, which, I mean, yeah, it's most AAA games are these days, but still, it's a little bit stylized, which I like, and just, it sets you in a whole host of beautiful environments, not just, you know, gray walls. And this is gonna be a short video, because the best parts of this game are the writing and story and the puzzles, and I don't want to spoil them. So yeah, kind of sucks from a content perspective, but you know, gotta live with what you got. The greatest puzzle in the game, though, is the subscribe button. If you can figure out how to click on it, you'll be rewarded with more cool videos from me. So you should look into that. Wink, wink. What else can I say? I feel like not much. Again, I don't want to spoil it. You should play this game. It's unironically really good. It's incredible, magical, even, that it manages to be good, given all of the warning signs with it. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here before I blabber on anymore, and I'm gonna try to find my way back to our normal timeline where things make sense. All right, goodbye.